Okay, the first card for you, Capricorn, is a Nine of Wands. I have the Moon. I have a Queen of Swords reversed. This is a Four of Cups. I have an Ace of Wands, and this will be in the center of your spread. I have a Five of Cups. Interesting trio here. You have this Ace of Wands, which is the card of creativity and passion, excitement, but the fire of this Ace of Wands and the inspiration and the new birth and the new beginnings, it seems a little bit dampened, pun intended, with this Four of Cups, the card of self-pity and emotional selfishness on one side, and then you have Five of Cups, which is the card of regrets and sorrow and loss. So yeah, I'm going to come back to that to see what's going on here. I'm going to feel that out. We have a Page of Cups. We have a Nine of Swords. So you have two nines here. 9 being the number of endings. Cycle comes to an end here. And then you have a Three of Cups. So interesting Cups energy here. And I believe this also happened for Sagittarius. You only have one major arcana card, and that is the Moon. Now, I want to look at the Moon for a second because, yeah, not a lot of big energy as far as the bigger picture. But this Moon, what happens after this Moon is pretty important as I look at these other cards that follow it. Because, first off, the Nine of Wands and the Moon, they both have similar messages. You see this young woman in the Nine of Wands. She's prepared. She's on alert for something that might happen. Same thing with the Moon, and this is a major arcana card. So this minor card, Nine of Wands, is a smaller echo of the Moon. And so what we're seeing here is the Moon is amplifying that energy. Be prepared. Something's coming that might blindside you. It's your subconscious trying to warn you. And so these swords then play a big role here in the midst of this water, because we have this Queen of Swords. She is considered the Queen of Sorrows in tarot because she's very wise. Whenever anyone holds up that one sword symbolizes wisdom, knowledge that you've gained from past experiences and losses. She's a very somber person, but she has learned her lessons. She's able to see clearly. She recognizes truth. She's very intelligent. Now, when this is in reverse, this Queen of Swords can be a real bitch, basically. Vindictive, mean, lying, deceptiveness, in extreme interpretation, someone very hateful, no self-esteem. So the big message that I got from the oracle here is some of you Capricorns might be dealing with someone who is very toxic and dysfunctional, or they've done something that was basically out of bounds. Their actions, they really screwed up. And for now, that's the best way I can describe it. That, you have these two women here on alert, like, what kind of BS is this? What's happening? And there's a reason why these two women are on alert, because your partner or love interest is about to pull a jack move, something really shady, something that's really messy. Okay? So I'm seeing this Queen of Swords reversed as telling me why are all these cups showing up, and why this here in the middle, why do we have the positive energy of the Ace of Wands being surrounded by emotional destitution and sadness? Because this Queen of Swords reversed decided to act out. That's why. Someone that you're attached to decided to show their ass. That's the best way I can describe it. Okay? And the acting out card, the vindictive bitch card. And that can be man or woman. So yes, this brings in a little bit of disappointment for sure. Someone, and I feel like this person, the Queen of Swords reversed can also mean depression. So when I see this emotional fallout here surrounding the Ace of Wands, I'm not surprised that some of you Capricorns might be dealing with someone who emotionally, as I said, very insecure, afraid of rejection. They want you to come to them. You don't, they don't want to come to you. They don't want to put their pride aside. They're self-involved all the time. It's always all about them. And so that's what I'm picking up with the combination of this Queen of Swords with these two cups surrounding the Ace of Wands. Interestingly enough, when we get to the future, another Nine of Swords, a 10 of Swords here. So yeah, you don't have two nines, I'm sorry. This is a 10 of Swords, and 10 is the number of reset. Once you get to 9, the cycle ends. But when you get to 10, the cycle resets, and then you go to an Ace of Swords. And so, a number of things that I'm picking up here. This Queen of Swords is giving me a lot of, once again, lots of information about how some of this relationship is playing out for you Capricorns. Because after the 10 of Swords, you should be going to the Ace of Swords, that one sword. This person should be getting it together here. But the sword is reversed. So, you go back down to 10. If you can't get up to the Ace, then you get knocked back down a level to the 10 of Swords. So a lot of dysfunction for some of you Capricorns on different levels, of course, because all of you, even though you're all Capricorns, you have different stories and you have different makeups, different astrological combinations and makeup in your energy. And so I see this person never really stepping to the plate here. And so you have this Page of Cups and the Three of Cups, and those can be very positive cards because the Page of Cups is about having a crush, falling in love. And then you have a Three of Cups, and compared to the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups is more casual. It's about friendship and good times. And so I kind of like, what's going on in the future? We have the beginning of something. We have this emotional opening up on part of this person. But at the same time, this 10 of Swords is indicating that your person still has a lot of issues. And so you're not necessarily serious. This isn't, you have the 4, 5, and 3, and then you have a Page of Cups. You're at a 3 of Cups instead of 2 of Cups. Because some of you Capricorns are dealing with someone who has too many emotional issues and baggage. Some of you might be dealing with a broken person who cannot overcome their lack of self-esteem, their ability to love. They're constantly cynical. They're constantly passive-aggressive. All that energy coming from the Queen of Swords reversed. And so it's almost as if the Oracle is saying, this friendship thing, you guys might be able to get past it. This person might be able to get past it. where, at least with the Page of Cups and the Three of Cups, this person does want to have an emotional attachment. They long for emotional security. And I feel like some of you are attached to someone who tends to use people and latch onto them emotionally, and I need you. They'll go away for a little bit, and then they'll come back, and I need you, and, you know, let's hang out. Or maybe some of you are dealing with someone who goes for the casual encounter. Hey, let's hang out, watch TV. And we all know what that means if you guys are just hanging out at home, you know. So very casual here with the Three of Cups. Not a lot of seriousness, because this person, some of you are dealing with people who have an emotional block. They go through these cycles of turning their back, not being emotionally available, and then they're emotionally available, but they still bring this need for security, to have someone pay attention to them, that type of thing. Now, as I said, this is just a general reading for you, Capricorn. So this is obviously playing out in different ways for some of you. If you want to get more detail, you can always get a reading from me. My personal readings through the month of September will be $15. Video readings just like this. So you might want to consider it. The card did fall out. Okay, so the card that fell out for your outcome card is the shadow side. Now, the shadow side is also called the devil in the traditional Rider-Waite. This is about having the inner power to push off negative influences. And it's sort of falling in line with what I'm reading from your partner or love interest. So remember this other major arcana card, right? She's on alert. She's like, I have a feeling that there's a big fight coming up ahead, a big struggle. And so her subconscious is telling her, be very aware. And so, as I pointed out earlier, be aware of this Queen of Swords acting out. Someone pushing you away, someone with issues. And so the Oracle is saying through this outcome card, you need to deal with this negative influence once and for all. Whatever is going on with your partner or love interest, you need to stand firm and not let this person manipulate you. And that, in the positivity, is that you need to take your power back and not let this person play emotional yo-yo games. So, having said that, you should take this reading as a warning from the Oracle that there's a big struggle or conflict coming up in your love life. There are no big major arcana cards. You only really have two. This is just something that is going to be a lesson for you to learn. So all I can say is that, yes, be prepared, okay? And if some of you have already gotten inklings and, messages from your psyche and your subconscious, like, this person is sort of flaky, this person is not to be trusted, pay attention to that. But also know that the way you decide to handle this person's wishy-washiness and issues, it's going to determine how the rest of this relationship plays out. So don't allow yourself to be taken for granted, Capricorn. I think that is the more significant message here. And that was your reading. And so thank you again to all my sponsors on Patreon. Thank you to all my new subscribers and all the wonderful comments you guys have left. I really appreciate it. I hope you had a wonderful summer. So I am going to sign off hopefully you'll consider getting a reading for $15, your own video reading. And once again, it's usually $20, but it's going to be $15 through the end of September. Take care. Please be good to yourself. And as always, I wish you love and light.